one quick sec, guys. Gonna be with you on that one. Okay, organizational part done. Time to jump into all of this, guys. Yes. It is time for WARNO League season number 4. And it's really great to be here with 4 original seasons already, since WARNO launched into 1.0. And next to that, also 2 seasons beforehand. Like, WARNO League really going for a while now. And yeah, we have the Steel Division League to catch. That one has 12 seasons under its belt already, so that's still at least 6 seasons to go. 8 if we want to go with the normal counting, so that's gonna be interesting. As what we got here is IamSalt, aka Access, versus PastalaVista, breaking the rules and going with Witch of Creed here on the left side. And it is an interesting matchup. 25th guards versus 101st and Hesse out of all maps here on the first one. A map that is pretty splitting the community pretty hard. Some people enjoy it because it is such a slow map. A lot of people hate it because it is such a slow map where you don't have anything in the middle. So this one should be really interesting. And yeah, if you guys want to support the tournament, you can do so on Metzerino. As always, we have some fresh free codes on the top that you guys can use here to help out WARNO League season number 4 here with the prize pool. 25 cents for each claim code button press that you guys do. So let's get around here. And also, if you want to get a bit more involved into all of this, consider joining the Fantasy League. You can find the description down below on YouTube and in the chat in a second. I actually messed that up. Yeah, I will get that over there in a second to WARNO as well, to the Twitch chat as well. And then we're gonna go into the action here, as we have quite a lot of stuff to go. For all who don't know the Fantasy League, there you pick your team up to 400 points you can spend, and those players will give you points for each win you get, and you can and who has the most points in the end wins. And yeah, it's a really nice little thing. Gets you a bit more attached to the players. I, for example, cheering for Pasta here in this one, as I'm picked Pasta in the Fantasy League. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, both players pretty strong here in Division 2. I think they both have a good shot of advancing from the group. But obviously, a win here would make the chances a lot higher. And yeah, 25 is a pretty slow division, but once it gets its T64s online, it is the T64 division. It is pretty hard to beat. Has good artillery as well. Whilst 101st, it is a pretty light division. It is not the fastest light division, as it only has its Humvee Deltas as the forward deployment. Those are really fast forward deployment units, as the Humvee Delta is a special force 100 kmh truck, so it goes actually even faster with veterancy. So these guys are fast as heck, but everything behind that doesn't have forward deploy, so it comes in from the rear. So you're not quite as fast as, for example, 82nd Airborne with the opener. But the advantage should still be with the blue side here in the first couple of minutes. But on Hesse, getting the advantage point-wise means that you have to push pretty deep into the enemy half. So we will have to see if that is possible here for IamSalt. It seems like Sign, at least, might be a spot that they could claim here. Though, for now, the focus seems to be more in the north. Delta's here, going around pretty deep. On the other side, BMP-2, Rajvetka coming in here with Mod Rajvetka as well, claiming the church tower. That's always a great position to have line of sight from. Might even stop the military police here on the other side. Yeah, that's is achieved here. On the bottom, we have BMP-2s as well. Air Rifle Dragons have to be careful there. We'll try to kill the BMP-2 off with the Dragon 2. Would one-shot kill that? Yeah. How did they not get the kill there? What? How does this thing survive a 1 hit point? Okay. Not quite sure what happened there. It was a weird near miss that left it with 1 hit point. Usually the 14 difference against 4 hit frontal armor means that it is a one-shot kill. Meanwhile, Delta's getting pushed by another Recon BMP-2 over here. The BMP-2s and T-64s really putting on the pressure. No helicopter out on the other side. Humvee tows pushing towards the south. And the Deltas, they find a Carl Gustav hit here against the BMP-2. Finishing it off now. That's a good find. KPV down as well. The Deltas in the north tried to go deeper. We have a +2 currently for the blue side, as the Humvees try to come around, try to throw off some ATGMs here against the BMP-2. BMP-1 now tries to get the capture. Smoke is out. Mi-24 coming around as well. Not a lot of AA, or no AA really to be exact, around against the Mi-24K. We had one Stinger in the south, but that did bite the dust, so that one can do a lot of harm here against the Deltas. They are really expensive recon squads, so damage against them with a helicopter is really cost efficient. Meanwhile, Humvee tow not able to get any kills here in the south, and the +2 has been reduced to a +1 already. So IamSalt here under pressure. And needs to find a couple more victories here if they want to keep it going. They need to attrition away the forces of the enemy. WARNO first can't go toe-to-toe in the long game in a normal mechanized warfare action with the 25th. They need to get some shots with their elite infantry, with the helicopters, with their Humvee tows, and then maybe use their M1 IPs in the right spots at the right time. But currently the situation here not developing in their favor. Humvee tow moving around. Air Rifle Dragons getting rinsed. Military police getting pushed back. And BMP-2s killing off the air rifles. Delta pushed back as well. Delta in the north losing out against Motostralky BMPs. Whilst we have another Delta here, actually with good action in the rear, trying to snipe the BMP leader. That one goes pretty well. Aero Stingers coming around. The first Apache is on the battlefield, but we have 2 Strela 10Ms already out here as well. Humvee tow trying to get the BMP-1K. Not able to do so though. Good dodge there from Pasta. As the Urals coming up, the T-64s coming up. And that is the moment where it gets tricky here, with the T-64s starting to roll out. Dealing with the enemy here becomes harder and harder. Deltas will jump into the building over here in a second. Will jump forward towards the BMP-1K here most likely in a second as well. And Rifle Dragons missing out this time. Military police misses on this short range as well. That's unfortunate. Apache still hasn't found anything of value just yet. And the Deltas need to move even deeper here to find the BMP-1. No +1 left anymore. F-15 gets the kill. There are good fighters on the other side as well, though, so the pure air dominance way is not going to be easy for the 101st either. Really, it's a tough matchup on this map. Like, it's a tough matchup on most maps, I would say, but on a slow map, even more so than on something like Black Forest also, where you can at least get into zones early on. Like, Black Forest obviously a slow map as well, but you have a bit more room for early damage. Here you have to push really deep early on, and that's not something that 101st achieved here. It couldn't really get its early advantage through. Modrejvedka getting overwhelmed. Apache trying to find some shots here with the Hellfires, but it is tough with the Strellas already coming around in numbers as well. Humvee Deltas setting up the pressure on the north, but not going for any kills there. We have a quick fix coming around as well. And yeah, the Deltas here versus Modrejvedka struggling as well. Pulumachiki pushing forward. Quick fix moving around. Deltas on the north. Got the BMP 1KR. Killed off. Sniper rifle and M2 4.9s engaging the Iglas further. Trying to get some damage done there. We'll keep on pushing and hunting down units. The Humvee Delta could get some nice kills here in the rear as well. But at the same time, Humvee Toe's dying, and the mechanized warfare that is getting set up here in the south is starting to become a problem here for the blue side. We now see more BMP2s being brought in the north as well. Green Beret ODA. These are some of the special forces that you really need to make work with this deck. 14 hit points, special forces, great weapons. 84 with 8 rounds of ammo as well. The BMP2 here is in trouble as well. That one is in range of the Delta. Oh, the Deltas do miss with the Carl Gustav though. But a second shot most likely will come out, and that one seals the deal. And now the Humvee Deltas here pushing forward. Brzevedka will come under fire here as well. Special forces with 50 cal do good damage. And these Deltas here now trying to rotate around against more units from the north again. As the Igla went down, the BMP2 went down, so the northern situation is improving for the blue side. But Pasta now setting up the pressure in the south. Having the Strela already on a good spot here. The Apache needs to get involved here. There is no other way to hold this line. If the Apache doesn't get involved, there is basically no chance that blue side can hold that. 2 M1 IPs are around, but the T-64s, the BMP2s here are a bit too numerous. So you at least need to get some kills or some value out of the Apache. The Aero Rifle Dragon here doing a good job so far. Could fight the Strela here, that would be big. No, the Aero Rifle Dragon moves back in time. Humvee Toe here did a good job. M1 IPs are positioning into the south. Apache here trying to find a better position. The Strela 10M has the same range as the Apache though, so Apache has to be careful there. Ooh, Humvee Delta. It doesn't deal much damage against the Strela, but the Strelas can't shoot back at all. So over time, the Humvee Delta should do the job there. The Delta in the north, unfortunately, will be found out. Pulumachiki and Aero Rifle Dragons dying at the same time here. Humvee Toe going down as well. As we have the M1 IP coming up. Oh, showing side armor here. That is really risky. Apache not in position here to do much of anything. But the Strela tents, one of them getting killed off. Second one heavily damaged. Could it be hunted down? But the Humvee Delta currently not being microed. The focus seems to be more around here right now. The push in the north didn't work out. Humvee Delta getting bailed out by rifle fire there, I believe. That is unfortunate. And that means the situation here not really improving. Mi-8 rocket and T-64 now moving around here as well. M1 IP still doing a decent job, at least holding the BMP out of the whole situation. Aero rifles pushing forward as well. But still, I think 101st needs more kills than this to actually have a fighting chance here. T-64 and Mi-8 moving around. Oh no, Green Beret ODA running into a Strela. Strela firing all his shots without getting the kill there. Igla might get another hit. That gets barely survived here as well. So the Green Beret actually does live here. The helicopter has 20% ECM, so a bit more survivability than your normal Chinook. But it still gets shot at here. And it needs to get the hell out of there. That is not the Chinook you want to have around there. Air rifles in the south here at the same time. Are fortunate that BMP-2 doesn't get involved. They are out of ammo, but BMP-2 doesn't know that, so Motorstrelkis fight the air rifles on their own. Will lose that fight. Oh my goodness, Igla misses again in the north, as the ODAs seem to be stuck around these buildings here, routed away. And the Igla finally gets the kill there, with the final shot. Whilst the M1 IPs here are on the battlefield. They are still all alive. That is pretty key as well. If you run out of M1 IPs, holding off against the T-64 becomes completely untenable. And as long as the M1 IPs are around, you at least have some meat to hold with and get your Humvee tows and your Apaches rallied around. But for now, situation has switched to red side being the aggressor. Blue doesn't have any real aggression going for them anymore. So they have a 140 point lead right now. That is usually not enough to win a game on Hesse. Usually you at least want to have a 600, 700, 800 point lead. Then you maybe can grind from there. But this means that a bit of smoke and a quick move here off the BMP-1 would be enough. And the mortars are already there to just smoke capture the zone here. Whilst the Deltas and Humvee tows engaging the Motorstrelki BMPs. More Motorstrelkis coming in. And we see the Chinook being sold. Mortars getting ready. There we go. Smoke actually not going directly for the BMPs, but smoking off the northern forest instead. Whilst Totus and Aero Dragons come in here for IamSalt. And the smoke mortars start the popping. Okay, yeah, second one. Helping out the BMP will enable it to move into the zone. And one IP here. Not quite having a shot on anything right now, as we have equal numbers of tanks here right now in the south. The OBRs, really cost efficient, have to get pretty close. And one IP potentially could kite them. Though once they get close enough, the T-64 OBRs are way more cost efficient tanks in the fights, so really gotta be careful there. Strela, number 1, gets sniped. Number 2 could get sniped here as well. Yes, it gets sniped as well. This is big. This enables the Apache. I'm not sure why the Apache is moving backwards right now. It could just stay and fight here now, as both Strelas got sniped. M1 IP is actually getting really good shots there. T-64 BV1V here in the south in trouble as well. As the T-64 BV on the hill here, last one remaining. And 3 versus 1, the M1 IPs should be able to deal with that. As it gets another hit onto the M1 IP, but all the tanks here survive. That means they can all be repaired. The other ones are lost forever on the other side. Massive victory here for our player in blue. That increased the win chances here drastically, as they, if they get the repairs, even might have a window of opportunity to actually get an armored push here through in the south. But the forces of red will have to rebuild. T-64 BVs coming up again. And yeah, these kind of engagements are what you need here as the blue player to have a chance winning these fights in the open ground in the south. Issue for the blue side really is that the fights in the north didn't go their way, that the ODAs didn't get into any position, and that means they have no chance right now to threaten the northern point at all. That is kind of what they wanted to play around from the movement earlier. BMP 1K here, now under fire, isn't microed back, gets sniped, that is big. Rifle Dragons there doing the job. Whilst we have Mod Rajretka and T-64 BV versus Aero Scouts in the south. We have 2 Apaches now ready for action. We have seen F-15s. We see a couple of Stingers around, so that setup is getting put into place as well. Cubes on the other side are around as well. And we still have a decent amount of Strelas and Iglas on the battlefield. Though the first couple of snipes there might enable more Apache plays into the later game. Like every Strela 10M that gets sniped is a big victory here and brings us closer to a helicopter snowball in the later stages of the game. Supply trucks resupplying the M1 IPs. We have 3 T-64s here, but the short-range ones, which on the open field can easily be out-microed by the M1 IPs. M1 IPs nearly fully repaired, Humvee TOW pushing forward as well, and they could potentially get involved again. T-64s outclass the M1 IP here in the south, so that one has to run back. Apaches aren't going for the chase. They currently could go for the chase, actually, but IamSalt wants to be a bit more careful around this. Whilst in the north, MP patrol sitting around. We see arrow rifle dragons slowly waiting there as well. Humvee TOWs trying to get some ATGMs onto the battlefield. Mi-8 rocket gets sniped, and here we go again. This time with normal mortar fire onto the units in the building. Trying to get them out of there. Slowly but surely grinding them down. And they will try to disengage there now. Arrow scouts here versus Modvedvedka. Modvedvedka currently moving. So the arrow scouts deal a good bit more damage as the motion accuracy here not great. So yeah, arrow scouts currently getting the better out of this, stunning down the enemy. And that will seal the deal in the fight until the C-64s get involved. Humvee TOWs coming out. M1 IPs will get another tank fight one here. But there come the T-64 OBRs. Humvee TOW not able to shoot out those. As Modvedvedka and T-64 go down. 155mm artillery pieces. Hunting for the coops. That's another good AA piece that, if sniped, would be a great kill. T-64 having to disengage the TOW too. Aero scouts here still have their lore launchers. Could enable the TOW 2s and M1 IPs some nice kills and side shots potentially with that. TOW 2 only gets a hit. Aero scouts goes down. Apache moving around, but Strela 10 replacements have been brought up. No, but the Apache gets the first kill there. T-64 here smoking off. Strela moving forward. Coop under fire. Coop getting damaged. Apaches disengaging in time. Humvee TOW. TOW 2 finds the kill and gets the Strela. Coop, Strela, and T-64 going down. 101st starting to really looking more and more promising here. These T-64 engagements, not at all what Pasta wants. Has a Geosynth here now as well. The Geosynth is a fantastic artillery piece that can start bringing some damage onto the enemy as well. But the TOW 2s here, well placed, really did their job. And the Apache is still alive. The M1 IP is still alive. The F-15 is still alive. So really the combined arms of 101st that usually is so hard to get online and keeping up there, it is all still there. The deltas getting a bit decimated. The ODAs are missing. If the ODA would be around here right now, the northern situation would be a much different one as well. But the southern engagements here maneuvered really well so far by IamSalt. What, 55mm howitzer number 3 and 4 coming online now. And we have BMP2s here sitting everywhere in the north. That's the big problem there. You don't have any cheap HGMs as 101st. ITOW or a normal TOW launcher would go a really long way for that division. But it's TOW 2 all the way. They do one-shot kill the BMP2s, obviously, but it's a pretty big overkill cost efficiency-wise. And now the Geosynth can start sniping those TOW 2s. And we see the 155mm artillery pieces trying to kill off the T-64. And yeah, if it is a draw with in-game rules, the second game decides, and it is a 3-1 victory. If both games are a draw, it's a draw in total as well. T-64 BV hitting down here. Like a map win brings 2 points and a draw brings 1 point each. And 1 IP killing off the KPV. As the 155 did their job here, doing some damage, but not quite killing off the T-64. We see the Geodsins getting involved against the Aero Dragons here, and they do really well. Aero Dragons just getting massacred. 155mm artillery with auto loaders. Really, really good. Murdering those poor boys. T-64s pushing forward. Aero Fire Team Dragon 84s here, getting overwhelmed by the BMP-2s. More and more aero rifles coming in. Do these guys... They get involved against the Strelas now. So DAA killing continues. Strela 10M, next goal here. One of the howitzers is not firing, but 3 should be enough against the Strela 10M if it doesn't move immediately. And it doesn't do that, so that thing is going down. And there we go. Strela 10M sniped. Now that means Apaches potentially could rotate around. They haven't done so yet. This would be a field day for any Apache right now. Apaches flying back here, killing off the BMP-2s, would go a long way to solidify the position of the blue side. But the BMP-2 blob is allowed to get bigger. Polomachikis here now, coming up in numbers. We'll try to push on deeper as well, and both sides currently most focused on the artillery grind. But the BMP-2s here really getting great value against these expensive infantry squadrons. And there's 1 ODA in here, Aero Rifle Dragons coming around. But nothing really to stop the BMP-2s, and 1 IP coming around. But the Apaches would be so big there right now. They finally start moving. Yes, this is where they want to be right now. The AA is nearly all dead. The Strela 10M sniping has done wonders so far. But there are still a couple around here. Geosint on the other side will get involved. Aero Scouts are the target. They are able to maneuver around again though. Apache moving forward. BMP-2s slowly moving backwards here. Once we see a CH-47 supply trying to get closer in there. Military police patrol sitting around. Polomachiki getting some nice snipes there. Aero Scouts dodging away here in the south. As the artillery re-aims. Goes for the counter battery, but the Geosins are moving. Apaches haven't found any shots here right now. So they didn't quite come in at the right time. And yeah, the counter battery not working out here. Geosins did get rotated around this time around. So trying to go for the military police and the Aero Stingers there now. T-64s and BMP-2 numbers start to become dangerous, and 1 IP's still coming onto the battlefield. Humvitos are still in decent numbers around as well. And as I said, the Apaches, they are great. Quick fix in front of it is nice as well to bait enemy AA missiles, as it has 40% ECM. So it usually can tank a couple of missiles there. More Strela 10Ms being brought out though, so there are at least 2 cards of those around here. As they come at 0 vet. That means killing all of them off is going to be quite annoying now. With 4 of them around the sector now, makes the Apaches' life a lot harder. They still have room in the south, there's only 2 Strelas there. But on the whole battlefield, 7 of them now. This is not prime Apache territory anymore. They had their shot here a while ago. They didn't use it, and yeah, now it's down to the infantry in these closer areas again where Apaches can't reach as easily. Though the Geosins still can. And there's a triple stack in one building here. If they don't move immediately once the artillery is firing, this could be really, really dangerous. TOW 2s here against the T-64BV. It smokes off in time. And Geosint is firing. All 3 still in the building, and this is bloody brutal. This infantry gets smacked real hard. As... Oh no. Next shot coming in. That one didn't quite land. But... Oh no. They nearly get wiped out there. Last second move there, saving them. But still not a great spot to be in. Strellas are spotted. Strellas still getting hunted here by the 155mm. Smoke now being brought around for the center. Strela gets pummeled. So one less, once more. T-64 got killed off in the south as well. And the Strellas could potentially, the 155 could potentially re-aim for the next one here. Arrow rifles and arrow dragons trying to rotate around here into better spots. As the M1 IPs here in the rear, they are pretty decent in numbers as well. As the CV tank is trying to set up to just get some capture points here. BMP-2 CV moving in. On the other side, Humvees at least try to keep it only as a +1. M1 IPs here coming around against the BMP-2s, starting to snipe them away. Artillery immediately aiming for this area, as the BMP-2 just went to the edge of the smoke, still being hidden though, and the air rifles actually being stunned by their own artillery there. So the BMP-2 doesn't get found out right now, and there is a lot of tanks here. M1 IP trying to get involved. I'm not sure that is a good idea. Oh, smoke does dissipate. So the CV gets sniped. Only 30 points, most likely. Around 30 points here achieved. It seems like it will be slightly more than that. So not really worthwhile. The smoke play there not quite perfect. Arrow rifles pushing in the south. M1 IP still around, but we have a lot of T-64 on the battlefield again. Apaches didn't get involved. Artillery here gets another T-64 snipe. Aero fire team with 84s trying to get involved again. Blue team is holding out for now, as we see a lot of artillery now setting up for the counter battery again. The 25th not achieving what they want to achieve here just yet. The M1 IPs really trading well, and infantry is replaceable in the deck. Aero fire teams and co, they aren't cheap, but they are replaceable. Oh no, the CVs moved out before the zone was captured, so actually it stays at a +1. Big mistake here, as this actually gets our player in red closer to a victory, and it will be a draw with the current stats already. It's less than 100 point difference here right now. Oh, those would be great targets for the artillery. They're super stacked T-64s here. 155mm howitzer coming in, nearly smacking the T-64s with the first salvo. Second salvo coming in, 2 sniped. Third one still going, but it moves in the wrong direction, closer to the artillery actually. As the artillery now re-aims for the Strela. 11 minutes to go. The CV finally captures the point fully. That would have been still more than 100 point lead if they would have captured it a minute ago. Now it would be a draw with the current points. It needs to be more than 100 point difference between the players. Artillery here smacking the infantry. Strela, next victim, gets murdered. So Strela numbers once more 1 down. But the helicopter numbers here not insane yet either. M1 IP and deltas. Ooh, dragons here with the side shot. Finding a side shot. So the dragon likely can find the kill here. Will get in range. Will get the stun. And the T-64 here down to 1 hit point now. And will die before it can enter. Good job there. The MP2 is still stuck. And it seems more and more likely that blue side is actually able to at least hold on to what they have right now. Though, can they get deeper into the enemy side? Can they do a counterattack? It might be doable. They have a lot of M1 IPs. They haven't lost a single one of them yet. The unit preservation for the important ones really, really well done here. And I think red side might have overextended. They get so much mechanized force, yes, but they have to trade decently with those, and I don't think they have done that in the last couple of minutes here. And 1IP fighting against BMP2s, finding another kill there. Motostrelki is getting demolished in numbers as well. More BMP2s coming around. Good amount of ATGMs here in the rear. Smoke play still trying to come around. And 1IPs finding more BMP2 kills. Motostrelki is going pretty low as well. As the next Strela 10M is a victim here. We have still 4 of them here in the center. Still 1 more in the south. 1 more goes down. 9 minutes to go. There is little in the north. There is not super much in the south. There is still a lot of red in the center though. No CV right now. T64BV leader, BVK leader coming up. No CV really that can abuse the smoke that is being set up right now. And we have a lot of helicopters here now being set up, including the DABs. The gunship Apaches with 20% ECM coming around here, leading the charge of the Hawks, and then the Apaches behind it. So that one will try to make the killing blow. The Strela numbers are still too high for that to be easy though. I would still like to see 1 or 2 more being sniped before that goes through, but only 8 minutes remaining here as well. Arrow rifles coming around. Arrow rifle 84 on the side here. Might even want to keep the Chinooks around just as as bait helicopters now. As the arrow rifle dragons here could start moving as well, but obviously much easier said from our perspective than from the point of view of the players. Another T-64 gets eliminated. Another T-64 eats a lot of dirt here. As engine got destroyed there. And only a couple of infantry units falling for it. So killing off more mechanized. Motostrelkis and Rozvedka falling on the other side as well. And this T-64 here is toast as well, as its engine is destroyed and the artillery already comes in. BMP2 gets murdered as well. Counter-artillery trying to get the M1s, but they are already moved. Get another BMP2 killed. TOW 2 here in a great spot as well. Dragons 2, the T-64 here showing side armor. Gets sniped immediately. And the numbers for red are dwindling. 7 minutes remaining. And now comes the Apache helicopter push in total. Helicopters moving in. Oh no, the Apaches immediately get double shotted though. They do survive here, but both of them getting hit and stressed out completely here with the first salvo. Strelas getting sniped there by the rockets, but that was bloody. MiG-29 coming around. F-15 not around on the other side, but Apache actually not getting sniped there. F-15 trying to get the kill here in return. Flying in fast. Gets the kill. Will eat a coup. Might eat a Strela here as well. Yes, it eats a Strela as well, obviously. But at least it killed off one fighter on the other side. 6 minutes to go. Infantry fighting. Artillery, mortar here getting sniped in the rear actually. Artillery going for the infantry. And blue side has the units to push. Blue side only needs to push forward now. This is not enough for victory here right now. This still isn't quite enough, but they have 5 minutes 50, and I think red side is completely falling apart right now, so they still have enough time to repair the helicopters one more time and do the charge one more time, and I think then they can do the job. Only 2 Strelas now remaining here in the middle. T-64 BVK coming around. We have another T-64 attempt here. This time around, the artillery might actually get hurt. Arrow rifles starting to move forward. The ones in the north should just A-click over the map as well. Hambito would be CV would be able to get through there with it. As the 155mm artillery gets the counter battery going here. And the Geosynth likely is getting sniped. Yes. Not super important 5 minutes to the end, but job is still done. Whilst the Hawks need to set up here and get the push in again. ETAs coming in. A lot of helicopters set up. Some more getting repaired. 4 minute 40. Smoke coming around here for the red side. Tries to get the C64 in one more time here. BMP2's pushing through the center as well. Blue side, I think, has enough to just A-click hit here at this stage. Another Strela getting sniped in the south. Leaving one coup here in the end. That's not a good anti-helicopter, especially not with one rocket. So that could just be a sweep here through the south now of the helicopters. Instead, we have a push here through the center. Vachvetka getting hit. Military police coming around. All of these guys could get moving. All of these guys could get moving. 3 minutes 55. We are on the edge of our seats, everybody, as this one could get close, especially if the CVs here actually can get in. But so much stuff coming in their way. And helicopters should just get moving here. Axis isn't moving. Oh, CV actually gets hurt there. Artillery comes in directly onto the corner of the map. CV gets stunned down here. M1IP rushes in. Oh, does lose line of sight there last second. Gets the rear shot, gets the kill. 3 minutes remaining. Blue side now needs to counterattack. Now needs to take the whole fight to the other side. Helicopters not starting. 3-minute timer is shown. Why is blue so stable? What is going on here? IamSalt. You need to move. Okay, smoke play coming up here now. 2 minute 39. T-64 leader from the other side coming in. Helicopters should get moving. Units move around here. 2 minutes 25. Oh no, the CV actually might make it in here. Oh no, is this the... Helicopters! They finally scramble. These guys finally scramble. Oh no, but the T-64 BVK is making it in. Okay, it gets hurt. All of these guys just need to move through there to this point. All of these guys could have, should have A-clicked a long while ago. A lot of ATGMs flying. And it doesn't make it in. It doesn't make it in. It doesn't make it in. It's so close. No, it's routed. Okay. This guy not making it in. This Humvee now could be moved over here. It is moved over there. But Motostrelkis are still around. And BMP2 is still around as well. Motostrelkis do get the kill. 1 minute 20. Oh no! Oh, the smoke came in 1/2 a second too late and now it's so slow. It's so slow. 1 minute 5 seconds. CV here should have moved here as well. Helicopters keep on rushing. Helicopters could have done this 2, 3, 4 minutes ago. I think it will be a draw. Oh no! Okay, smoke comes in just in time here. ATAs are around in this blob as well. Or did the ATAs die? Not sure, but the gun is enough as well. 30 seconds. I don't think this is enough. I think they need to move further. I think these leaders should have gone here. I don't believe this is enough to not have a draw. It's a +2 now. They kill the CV there, they kill everything. But I believe it will be a draw. Or will it? It's 80 points per minute, so... Yeah, I believe that should count as a draw now. Yeah, draw we go. 10,000 kills, more than 2.5 KD here. But IamSalt, aka Axis, refused to get the victory here. This is kind of baffling. Uh, it's a point in the end still. Uh, yeah, the all the planes died on the other side. All the tanks got murdered there in the end as well, and they didn't lose a single M1 IP, I believe. So, or maybe they lost one right at the end there, but don't believe they lost any actually. I think it's all cheap units that died here for the most part, outside of a couple of Totus and Chinooks. Yeah, 2 Chinooks here. One F-15 that died to the Strela. But yes, not a single M1 IP died. This was impressive. Like, they could have A-clicked 3-4 minutes ago before they started moving and would have just rolled over the whole map completely. But they waited too long. Then they see we got sniped, and then it all went south. So, yeah, 1-1 situation here. Or 0.5 to 0.5. So, next game is the decider. Let's see if they can bring it around and get the 3-1 victory at least, or if they get punished for this draw here, and the victory will actually go to Pasta. Quick break, guys. Then we're going to be back with game number 2. So here we go, guys. Game number 2 between Pasta and IamSalt. And we are on Vertigo, and we are here with a really interesting matchup. One division that absolutely makes sense. If you want to play 30US, I think Vertigo is the map for it. And then we have Berlin Command on the other side. And that only makes sense because it is Pasta playing it. Nobody else plays this division anymore at the moment. It is not a good division, and it's not a good Vertigo division either. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes in this matchup, as it has the Nighthawk, and if the Nighthawk can find 1 or 2 M1A1s, Pain is fully programmed into it, and there is no radar AA in 30US, so seeing the Nighthawk is down to the F-15s, and they don't have the longest loiter time, so that could be interesting. With that said, quick shout out, guys, once more to the Matcherino page. There, you guys can help out funding the tournament with the link in the chat or down below on YouTube by just clicking the claim code button. You add 25 cents to the prize pool, and you don't have to pay anything yourself. And it gets paid out to the top players in the end. So, yeah, just one click here adds free money to the prize pool, guys. Money out of nothing. And yeah, that is easily done there. And then also a shout out to the Fantasy League, where you can pick your favorite players and bet on them, making it as deep into the tournament as possible with as many wins as possible, as every win gets you a point. Every draw gets you half a point as well, half their points as well. The more top level players are more expensive. They also give you more wins per more points per win. You can get some nice points down here as well. And yeah, let's see how this all goes around, guys. As we have a decent amount of units here coming up for Pasta, including some foxes. Really good numbers. And on the other side, we have some M150s coming up as the forward deployment. The forward deployment really quite weak for 3rd US. They only have the mechanized units that are decent. The infantry they get, the recon infantry is terrible. So gotta play around that. Aircraft troopers actually coming around in Blackhawks, trying to capture the Northern Territory. We have a Harrier A coming in on the other side immediately. Small little fighter. Not the greatest, but good for hunting helicopters. Whilst foxes in the south try to go and capture the southern area here, and PSSEB Special Force Infantry will try to capture the territory in the middle. We have a recon and 2 M1A1s and a Bradley here on the other side. 1 Chaparral coming in as well. But as I said, the Nighthawk, if that can find M1A1s here, especially the HAs, that would be big. F-15 here, now coming around, would make mincemeat out of the Harrier here. AA situation on both sides, not great on the ground. Best you get on the left side is Rapier FSAs, and not the ones with radar either, so shooting down the F-15s is going to be pain. And on the other side, the best thing you get are the Chaparrals, which we already got, and you don't have any radar AA, and the Nighthawks are really hard to spot for any AA, and really only get spotted once they drop their bombs, but at least radar AA can spot them at that moment. Outside of that, ground AA really nearly can't spot them at all, so you need the F-15s to find them, and this is not going to be easy. Harrier here, still around against the Eagle with the MRAMs, so we'll pay for that, as the F-15 does it with the gun in the end. Uses up all its missiles there, actually, beforehand, but at least in the end gets it done. And the aircraft troopers in north are a nice situation there. Alouette gets shut down, F-15 disengaging, whilst the smoke keeps on popping. Berlin rifles coming in numbers. One Blackhawk getting gunned down, second one dies to the Fox as well. Another Bradley being brought up. Fire teams and a CEV coming up for the south. F-15 still around here, just for the air radar. Second one should be bought pretty soon. As we also see an Apache being brought up early. F-15 trying to gun run the Alouette. They will struggle to do so. And White 50s here trying to disengage away from the Foxes. One of them goes down though. Recon in the south gets sniped as well. Bradley gets one Fox though. And might get the second Fox here as well. ATGM gets the kill. So great kill here for the Bradleys. Both Foxes down. That's a nice find there with the Bradley still alive. The Chieftain Mark 10s outclassed heavily. Oh, but the PSSEBs get a side shot against the M1A1HA. It doesn't even need a Nighthawk here to find that kill. Oh, this is massive. there are no tanks left here. The PSSEBs and the Berlin Rifles doing the job already on their own. Oh no. One Bradley and some fire teams is all that is left there. This is a disaster. CVs coming around, but the M1A1 that's not supposed to die here at this point in time. And that is just a massive, massive loss here. There's one more light vehicle here in the forest, but yeah, that one is the big one. Bradley's under fire. Humvee tow here. Coming around for the CAF as well. The HA Abrams going down. Ooh, this is going to be really, really tough to hold now. PSSEB really doing their job there. Gremlin Light Rifle pushing deeper as well. Bradley is still in a good spot here. More infantry being brought up. The Bradley in the north does die though. Apache can't really do anything against the Mistrals. Humvee tow gets a shot out here as well. More CAF being brought around, more Bradleys, but nothing of that stops the Chieftains now. The HA would have been the perfect counter there frontally. They can't do anything against it and it murders it, whilst they are still expensive tanks here. But it is not around anymore. At least the CAF here, sniping one Berlin Light Rifle, will try to help out with the infantry fights, but the Laws on their own, they can't kill the Chieftains. It needs something with penetration, and there is no tank around for that right now. M1 at 50 gets a Fox in the north. Mud CV trying to come around for it. But the situation is deteriorating. Bradley maybe should rotate around, trying to get some shots towards the north. Apache trying to move forward, but there are two Mistrals there. This is not going to end well if it moves in. And more MX-30s, more Chieftains coming up. Really, the HA is not a unit you're allowed to lose in a match like this. And this is just taking the whole position apart that IamSalt tried to set up here. Apache running into Mistral range now. This is not going to end sexy either. Apache immediately should retreat here. Gets the kill onto the Chieftain CV at least, but not before the Bradley dies. Mistral's not able to get the second shot out here. Apache does live, but an M1A1 here is needed. And now the Berlin Rifles actually make it into a forest. They have low 80s. They can just murder any tank close by. M1A1 finally comes around, but how do you clean this forest now? This is going to be such a pain. At the same time, Red is kind of winning the north. So it's not all bad, but he had a loss of the M1 here. That is painful. Kev moving around. Fireteam Law coming up as well. Trying to get closer here. But Berlin Rifle immediately will snipe that with the low 80. Oh, does actually miss. So the fireteam can unload, but super stressed out. Mud CV in the north gets killed off before it can fully capture the area. Engineered Dragons, Bradleys, and the M1A1 coming up. Cavs can't really get into a good spot where they can get a shot here. They can't push just in there. Humvee tow is around as well. 15 flying around. And yeah, there goes the Cav immediately. Can't just roll forward here. Not against the tow, not against the low 80. You need something else to deal with that. Cav doesn't really get a good hit. Humvee tow does get some damage in there. Stingers are around, so the Eagle has to be careful. And there comes the Nighthawk. Eagle just got pushed back out of the map. And the Nighthawk is out for some damage. On the hunt for one Bradley. If it finds the M1A1, this game is game over. Bradley tries to smoke, but that's pointless against the LGB that is already in flight. So the Nighthawk finds the first kill. And the Nighthawk likely will find another one here. Oh no, that's 2 units in a building. Bomb is out. Bomb flies. And there goes the Engineered Dragons. And no F-15 around. Really well timed there. F-15 coming out now. That is too late. Nighthawk already out. This investment was at the wrong point. And That means now less units on the ground here. Chieftain at least gets sniped. Humvee gets sniped. So still a couple of Ws here of importance right there. That at least means that this zone here likely won't get pushed immediately. But it is a grim situation here nonetheless for our player in red. 2 F-15s around. One gonna stay over the enemy spawn here. Berlin rifles holding the high ground. Chieftains coming around. M1A1 and the Cav moving through here. PSSCB in a really good spot there. If Milan 2 gets into this, it's gonna be really painful as well. Javelins, Mistrals, and Stingers around the battlefield everywhere. So using helicopters not gonna really work either. The Hawk investment here I'm not a fan of. Artillery would be way more helpful here right now. Oh no, Bradley getting sniped by the Humvee TOW. Stinger at least getting shot here by the M1A1. But doesn't get a second shot out. Gets the PSSEB. As the Hawk moves forward. But snipe on a Bradley here. Another brutal kill. In a situation where you just can't afford losses. And the Eagles, this one here, being called back soon, likely as well. And this one soon after, and they will have a long refuel time, which then a Nighthawk could use again. But we have a lot of tanks setting up without the Bradley. It's kind of down to the Apache to do anything here. M1IP, M1A1 moving around, another Bradley coming in. Another M1A1 finally coming in. Obviously a big enough number of M1A1s still can do a lot of harm here. First Eagle falling bad. But the Berlin Light Rifles and the PSSEBs here really in a good spot. Hawks and Apaches moving forward. Javelins getting some fire onto the enemy. 1A1 moving in again. Well, Nighthawk number 2 comes around just as the Eagle is forced out. Oh no. Oh no. I think it sees an M1A1. It does. Bomb is out. Bye bye M1A1. No! Ooh, it's nice, 1 hit point. Bradley here might be gone though. And the Apache gets killed off. And we have a GG here. As Pasta does turn it around this time around with the 2-1 KD. And Pasta is winning this 3-1 in points. As the first game was a draw. And IamSalt not able to find the W there. And the M1A1 HA loss here in the second game, costing them too much. Leading to a full dismantle of the situation here for 30 US. And it means Pasta a good step closer to the playoffs. Whilst IamSalt, aka X's, will have to fight on a bit harder to make it out of the group stage. Yeah, the situation now. At least, if like they're in a slightly better spot, I'm not quite sure yet. 3-1. That is the points that they got here. So, yeah. But so at least it's not quite as harsh as a normal loss. And if they have a tiebreaker in the end, that point could be important against other players. But a loss is a loss. So getting first in the group for sure will be hard now. Making it second in the group still possible for sure though. So gonna be interesting to see how that goes. We're gonna move now to Division 3. Yeah, quick break, guys. And then we're gonna have our first Division 3 game of the season with Marxis Conspiracy and I forgot the name of the second player. Marxis Conspiracy and Baghdaddy, right? So yeah, quick break, guys. Then we're gonna be back with the next one. So here we go. First game of Division 3. And we have Marxis Conspiracy returning from last season. On the right side, we have a player we haven't seen in a while, but Baghdaddy is back as our Tunisian representative. I think out of 2 African players we had so far in the league. And this is going to be interesting, as we have on the left side 11th ACAF in blue for Marxist Conspiracy versus 5th Blinde. And on most maps, I would say 5th Blinde has a massive advantage. On Hesse, I think the heavier M1A1s do have a chance here in the northern terrain to actually get the job done. 11th ACAP for sure not a bad deck, but obviously 5th Blinde is one of the top divisions and the best of the of the NATO divisions, likely for sure right now. So this is going to be an interesting one. 11th ACAF, the best American division likely in the game right now, but not quite S tier territory right now. So yeah, this one will be a hot one. And yeah, before we jump in, once more, quick shout out to the Matcherino page where you can help out funding the tournament. And once more, if you guys like what you see here, consider leaving a like down below on YouTube and a follow on Twitch. So and a subscription obviously on YouTube as well, so that you don't miss any further content. And if you really like what you do, maybe a Twitch Prime subscription coming around, or becoming a channel member on YouTube. I don't like putting anything behind a paywall on YouTube, so I currently only have emotes and so on there. I won't make any super exclusive content there, but yeah, if you want to help out growing the channel and making these events more professional and helping me out, investing more time into them, consider helping the channel out financially as well. Goes a long way, allowing myself to actually spend the time on all of this next to my normal daytime job, and reducing my hours there so that I can invest more time into this. So with that said, let's have a look here what Baghdaddy brings around. MX-10 RC Sublines coming around, Alouettes and Commandos. A pretty heavy push towards Echo. On the other side, we have a Bradley and an M1A1 going widely through the north. Just kind of in the middle of nowhere there. This is an interesting one. Well, we have an iHawk, we have BGS moving through the south. M1A1 and Bradley here coming in as well. So the Bradley M1A1 combi mirrored in two positions. But a Jaguar AT here from the get-go. And they have a pretty solid missile. The AS30L with the updated sensors is a pretty good missile. 60% accuracy. Not the greatest range, but the damage of 30 obviously is always really dangerous on these planes as well. So that could do a lot of harm. We have iHawks and Stingers coming around across the map. Let's see what it can do. BGS Strife barely surviving. The one in the south going down to the Eclairs. As Alouette and Wheeler A50 getting sniped. Jaguar now coming around for the M1A1 ACAV. Not from a side shot, I believe, but damage would nonetheless be pretty harmful there. Doesn't get the kill though. MX-10 Sublines here, sniping some Iltises. As the iHawk won't hit the Mirage. Alouette here under fire. M1A1 ACAV gets sniped here in the end though. Oh no, it tried to move away, but that revealed its sight, and the Jaguar gets the M1A1 kill. Oh, this is a massive, massive loss there. The iHawk gets sniped in the north as well. Oh no, it's going from bad to worse here. Jaguar AT still flying around. Mater Milan gets sniped immediately by the MX-10 as well. Bradley trying to rotate around, trying to get some position against all of this. Humvee CP has to be careful there. Oh, is getting revealed by the MX-10 RCs as well. Gets sniped as well. F-16 comes in too late, won't achieve anything here. Recon Bradley getting sniped in the north by the Milan. Oh no, this opener is not at all what the 11th ACAV wants out of this. The Panzergrenadiers here trying to get some shots, and the AMXs and the planes there really getting the job done so far. Martyrs trying to come around, Humvee CP coming in, but the French light armor really doing the job there. The really good gun on the MX-10 Sublime on a really mobile and slightly stealthy chassis is super dangerous, and it just gets on a murder spree there. Panzergrenadiers at least find one finally, but yeah, the situation is really rough now. One M1A1 and one Bradley, the only remaining armored units left on the battlefield. The plane on the other side reloading, so it could come even in for more. Well, it's only the AMX-10 Sublime really lost on the other side so far. Couple of recon transports, but that's about it. Second Sublime here now at least gets heavily damaged. And M1A1 not chasing it though. Bradley now coming around. Might find the Tarrasque. Might be able to shoot the Bradley here, the MX as well, but no. GM won't get there in time. Commandos coming in for it as well. F-16 finding one Gazelle Cannon, being pushed out by the Roland 3s afterwards though. As the Bradley is moving around. Smoking off M1A1. Trying to get into position. Another Martyr coming around. BGS Strifer, Stingers, more Panzergrenadiers. Commandos at least getting spotted here. It's the M1A1 Tries to rotate around. Rolands have to be careful to not push too deep. Eclair gets spotted here for a second. But the Jaguar AT is out again. Oh no! Oh, the positioning is so rough. Oh no. M1A1 number 2 gets sniped, and this is not at all going the way of the 11th ACAP, and the Frenchies are pretty close to victory here already now. The LGB trying to come out. I think they're off target here. Yeah, that bomb just doesn't even track, and LGB gets hit as well. Woo! I don't think we will have a long game one here if it continues on this direction. Like, there needs to be some miracle victories here in the split second, or this is just going downhill real quick now. MX30B2 gets the Marder 1A3 hurt. That tries to defend itself. Bradley gets murdered there. Can one-shot the AMX if it hits, but it doesn't. At least gets stun out though. Oh no, but it starts moving. Should have taken the second shot there as well. Starts moving now. More Jaguars 2s coming around. But the MX30 number can grow rapidly now. MX10P is coming around as well. As the Panzer Grenadiers here. Getting overwhelmed. Getting shredded. And yeah, they are suffering. BGS. Bradley here getting the snipe again. This is the MX30 finally. Finally some kill here. You need a lot more to dig yourself out of this hole right now. As the Jaguar AT sharking around again. And there goes the Bradley Recon. MX10 Sublined finding the kill. The Jaguar AT doesn't really even have a victim right now to go for. As the MX30s and MX10s now can just murder around with impunity. There's not even any infantry. There's 2 Jaguars coming in and 1 Engineer Dragon. Yeah, red side can just A-click through this now. F-16 even has to be careful there with the Roland 3s. They keep on pushing forward as well. Whilst the Eclairs keep on pushing forward too. And Gazelle Cannons moving around. Jaguar 2 getting hunted by the MX-10RC. Jaguar, not a good offensive weapon. Seedplane being the investment right now. I'm not sure that's the right choice. As the Roland 3 doesn't quite get the kill at least. Gazelle Cannon goes down. So at least some kills there, but those don't help you in the short term. And the Jaguar killed means that you even have less on the ground now. Some one more AMX-30Bs rolling forward. Escort PC coming up as well. Another one here on the front line. Will push forward as well. AMX-30B2 PC rolling in here. We'll get closer to the front line. We'll get the capture going on there. MVCP there on the side. Commandos moving around. Engineer Dragon under fire, getting hurt. LGB comes around for the commandos. It doesn't eat it from the Roland here. Could come around for the Roland actually. So Roland just going for the quick fix. Okay. No, it doesn't get the kill. Oh, the 3-arm. Oh no. I know the GBU-12s are not the most amazing, but not getting the kill there. What? Oh, that's unfortunate. Meanwhile, Jaguar here getting shot by still moving French tanks, and it gets the CV sniped at least. That's a okay situation, as both Jaguars went down on the other side, so there's currently nothing left there, but M1 can be brought up. MX-30s went down, though M1A1 has to be careful about the Jaguars as well, on the other side, the planes that is this time around. That could go for it. And there's actually nothing protecting here the south either. Yeah, 11 ACAP is a division that doesn't allow for attritional gameplay at all. And this game was nothing but attrition for Marx's conspiracy. So situation here is pretty grim. See the Mirage now going for the quick fix. Nothing there to protect us. Mirage coming around. The French really good at attritional warfare. Their units are all really cost efficient. So this situation currently not great at all for Marx's conspiracy. And yeah, this M1A1 kind of needs to clean house, murdering a couple of AMX-30s to really try to bring this around. But yeah, even then, the infantry pushing through the south here is potentially already enough to end this. Baghdaddy with a really strong opener here. And yeah, just a couple of bad maneuver choices there, murdering the M1A1s. As I said, frontal hits wouldn't have one-shot killed them. They still would have been rough, but the one-shot kills of the ATGMs there really sealed the deal for this whole event. And yeah, this P4PC now coming in, try to capture this. Kiowa Warriors will have a tough time spotting all of this. Drop 1 coming in, killing off the BGS strife as well. And the Roland 3s are around again. Seed plane not around right now. M1A1 not finding a kill. Jaguar AT likely coming around in the second. Not quite yet. M1A1 is allowed to get some kills. Oh, has to be careful to not show shite armor to the AMX Sublint there though. LGB coming around again. Seed plane not around again. Just yet. Quick fix and F-16 go down, and there comes the capture in the south. And yeah, Max's conspiracy realizing that this is not going to improve does tap out. And Baghdaddy coming in here with a 2-1 victory. Max's and the Jaguar ATs doing the job here. 1 kill on an M1A1 ACAF here each. And the MX Sublime there with a bit too much damage early on as well. And that really got the job done here. So yeah, quick game number 1. Let's see if Max's conspiracy can find a better opener in the second one, or if Baghdaddy seals a 2-0 victory here in this one. that was not the right one. You saw my sweaty face here in a way too warm room in Germany. This is the right one though, but not the updated stats, as we have Baghdaddy in blue this time around, as we have a pack versus pack match, and we have 25th tank division versus 119th. So this is the OG heavy boy versus the new heavy slow boy. One has the heaviest of tonks for Baghdaddy here, the 119th, as has the T80UDs. The other one is a bit more cost efficient. BMP2s and T64s, a lot of numbers there. Both have pretty similar recon, both have pretty similar air, but yeah, the BMP2s in the infantry tab and the sheer numbers of T64s versus the T55 T80U combo on the other side. Gonna be interesting. Spetsnaz here also an advantage for the 119th. We have seen a lot of play out of this division in a while in the last couple of weeks in Season 3. And currently we're still playing on the same patch that the final games of Season 3 were played on. Next patch is close, and we will get a new map with that. We will get a good couple of reworks and so on, like the IV changes and so on. I can't wait for that. I still hope this patch hits this or next week at least. But yeah, we'll see where this all goes based on what Eugen is planning out there. And yeah, BMP1Ps here coming around everywhere. BMP2s coming around on the rear as well. T64. And yeah, on the other side, we have Spetsnaz GIU, and OPs coming in. And MI24s and BMP2s coming around. And yeah, Eugen is trying to find a fix for the crashes for the most part, which is the main reason why they keep on delaying it, I think, because they will try to fix that with the patch as well. But yeah, we'll see when it comes around. Yes, from what they have communicated about that, they are on the hunt there with buying extra graphic cards and stuff for it. But it didn't sound like they had it at the time. Let's see if they got around. And yeah, we leveled up from soon to very soon. Soon usually is 4 weeks with Eugen. Like, we all know them for a while now. Like, soon always has been 4 to 5 weeks. So very soon is 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes a couple of days. We'll see. Ooh, double MiG-29 opener here from Marxis Conspiracy. Yeah, but words only have the meaning of the author that the author installs into them. And Eugen soon always has been 4 to 5 weeks. If you don't follow their definition of soon, that is a you mistake. MiG-29's here, killing off the Su-27. That is a Baghdaddy mistake. As the MiG-29 coming around for the Mi-24K. And gets that as well now. And that means this Mi-24K now has free reign. And this is a massive win for Marx's Conspiracy. As the Spetsnaz in this town, you just can't get easily rid of them. But with the win in the air and the kill against the helicopter, now being able to murder all these Spetsnaz, 2 Spetsnaz OP already going down, this is a roll in the other direction this time, potentially. First Spetsnaz down, second Spetsnaz could get hunted, Su-27 number 2 being called in, the MiG-29 still around. They still have 3 missiles each. That's enough to kill another Su-27. It at least gets the Mi-24. So the Spetsnaz now can move into the town. But losing 2 Su-27S this early in the game, this is a painful world to live in. Su-25 AT coming through. OP Spetsnaz getting hurt. BMP 1K are moving around here. Igla moving around. And yeah, Southwark is still a while out. We haven't seen any previews for the single player outside of... Have we seen one operation yet? Or just the trailer for it? No, they have talked about one of the operations, right? But yeah, we haven't seen any of the army generals and so on. So, yeah, that still has to happen before we get Southwark. So that's at least 4 or 5 weeks down the line. And yeah, Spetsnaz OP here in the north in trouble. BMPs pushing around. There is a T-64. There is no tank on the other side. So the BMP-2s have to hold on there. The Spetsnaz were super important. Spetsnaz GRU going down. The smell here. Spotting the BMP. Igla. Ooh, did stop it in time. Yes, the ATGM does miss. Okay. Igla there with an important kill. BMP-2 goes down in the north though. And now Marx's conspiracy can just keep on pushing there. SU-25 airwave keeps on coming. Tunguska's being bought, but oh no, this is just an air rush here now. BMP-1P spotting the Spetsnaz GRU and OP in the south here, allowing the SU-25 to go for a run there as well. And kills off the Spetsnaz here first, and doesn't have any ammo left, so does return. And the BMP-2s come in numbers now. Spetsnaz GRU in the center, getting pushed, and we might have another fast game at hand here. BMP-1 gets sniped before it can get anywhere, and the northern town is going to fall. Yeah, the Spetsnaz getting murdered like that, really, really brutal here. And the Tunguskas now are on the battlefield, just as all the air is leaving, and just as everything in front of them is dead. So that is really not a good spot to be in, especially not in a deck that has to save up to TADUs for the late game, which you want to have a decently stable frontline for, and that is just not happening here right now at all. As the CV is getting the capture on in the north now. BMP-1P and Motvazhredka pushing with the Spetsnaz GRU in the south. Coop coming up, BMP-2's coming up, and it seems like we are rolling towards a draw here. As Marxist conspiracy really setting up a good pressure here. Motvazhredka getting under fire, getting routed. S-25 rocket coming around. They'll go for the second building, murdering the OP Spetsnaz blindly there. As Iglas and Tunguskas are coming in number, but they have nothing in front of them left. TADU now being bought for the north, but the Igla over here and the MTLB is already getting sniped. And a single TADU is a nice victim for these SU-25s as well. SU-27 being bought. So MiG-27s and SU-29s and SU-27s around here now for Marxist conspiracy. So getting any air dominance with planes back as Baghdaddy is it's really, really off. Tunguskas at least goes against SU-25s. But only good if you have actually something ahead of them. I'm not sure if the missiles can fire on the Schmel. They are not radar guided. So yeah, trying to get the Schmel there. Igla trying to come around. Oh, BMPs here in the north. Needs to smoke off. Doesn't do that. So the T-64 likely will get the kill there. One goes down. Second one actually takes the fight there. And most likely will get sniped there as well. So yeah, 2 BMP-1s going down. Situation not improving at all. BMP-2 coming around. Spetsnaz GRU coming up. So we have 3 Iglas and 2 Tunguskas. And it's nearly dead Spetsnaz GRU here as the southern forces. This is something. TDU coming up. We'll try to find some damage here. SU-25 on the other side. Lying around nicely. Across the battlefield. Resupply coming in here. It's the Motostrelkis repositioning here in the center of the map. Spetsnaz Komrodi actually being brought in for the southern area. I'm not sure if they really get there in time. BMP2 with Motvashvatka coming around again. EDU here is a powerful unit. Oh no, Spetsnaz JU need to unload, need to unload, need to unload. This would be a massive loss. Woo, they survived the first hit. They still need to unload though. Oh no, they run into gun range. They're dead anyways. Oh, Baghdaddy in trouble. Seed planes coming around. This is a wild 25th play. Don't think I've ever seen 25th being played this air spammy. MiG-27 coming around. They only have the Su-25s as attack planes, so they really don't have a follow-up after the early game to it usually. But they get the job done here. Tunguskas, at least the frontline ones, have their radar turned off. Still can fire their missiles, so they're actually pretty decent against the seed. But the issue is that the stuff around them is not really there right now. Spetsnaz Komrodi at least a bit more conservative now. Motvashvatka now actually walking over the battlefield there. Su-25 will get pushed back here. Seaplane shooting at one Tunguska, killing the second one. Iglas finding some damage. Su-25 getting killed. So Tunguskas finding something, but one going down is still painful here. In the situation, you just can't afford any losses. TO-55 coming around, so blue side really tries to bring it around again. TDU needs to do so much work here, and the recon is just not a given anymore. If the Spetsnaz GIU would have gotten in here and would have spotted all of this, and the TDU could have started taking units out, the situation might have been somewhat savable, as long as you start to murder the enemy planes. That snowball can be stopped with Tunguskas and just clean kills. But with the recon sniped and the situation still being like this, and red side about to take over the control over here, the situation is still a rough one. BMP2 is also now finding the Tunguska, so situation deteriorating rapidly once more. Spetsnaz and OP Spetsnaz have to disengage around here again. And now the airplanes can come around for the kills in the south once more. MiG-29s flying over all of this. BMP2s and T-64 OBRs coming around. T-64 BV will go through the center, will try to find some more kills. And we have a good couple of conquerors here and a good, decent amount of defensive units now coming in for the blue side. But as I said, the AA setup without the Tunguskas is so much weaker. The Iglas alone, not really enough to get any kills. And yeah, putting up a T-ADU into this situation now is not a great one. Spetsnaz not a unit to push spots like this with. TO-55's not here yet. And without the recon, the whole situation in the north is going to be a lot tougher as well. Rapira trying to come around. There's the Spetsnaz here, at least firing the RPOAs. Su-25 rocket coming around again though. There's the TADUs being bought. And the BMPs over here. Keeping up the pressure. Su-25 has a line of sight. So one Spetsnaz at least gonna die there again. And only one hit from an Igla. TO-55 trying to come around. There is a T-64 OBR. Super cost efficient against tanks like TO-55s. Most cost efficient tank in the game here likely right now for 150 points. T-64 BV coming up. Doesn't have great range, but has great damage output. Good rate of fire. Good armor. So that the TO-55s can't really deal damage back. Rapiras and Conquerors here engaging. One Conqueror's got sniped here already as well though. as nothing is spotting the BMP here. And now they see them. BMP2 coming around as well. Oh no. Can the Rapira at least find a kill there? Nothing seems to be able to find the kills. Oh no. Unfortunate there. And now the BMP2 is actually engaging the Iglas over there. Ural Snaps getting killed. Igla goes down though. New Strela and Igla coming up. TADU trying to rotate around. TO55s have to be careful of the BMP2 around. TADU could maybe get a good find here against the T64BV. Outclassed is it by a good bit. 21 damage and 64. Oh no, SU25AT! Oh, no smoke! No smoke out of the TADU. And it goes down. Oh no. The Iglas will try to find some kills. TO55 getting the damage in. Can the Igla at least find the kill? Yes, it can. At least the SU25AT goes down there. But everything of blue side goes down as well. The smoke of the TADU not coming out. Massive misplay by Baghdaddy. And I think that's the game now. Like, if this TADU would have survived and the SU25 would have gone down, maybe even with the TO55 killed, this could have been the start of a maybe salvageable position. But this way around, it's just not salvageable at all. +4 situation and no push potential out of blue whatsoever. So this is now going down. T64BV here will win the ATGM fight against the BMP2 as well. BMP2 has to be careful there. Rapira trying to push forward. TDUs coming up as well. UD needs to be repaired. BMP2 coming around here with another shot. Gets a good stun. Well, it's BMP2s and T80 OBRs from the south trying to come in. OBR gets sniped at least by the Spetsnaz OP, but this is just a super small victory whilst everything else around it is going down. BMP2 not really getting any hits here. Another TADU coming up. The first one in the north already really low though. And there's no recon really around on the battlefield. There is no good AA. Strela here pushing in too deep as well. And the +4 will get a quick victory here for the red side. 8 minutes to go. Tick is really quick now. And the push just keeps on going deeper here. This is an early loss where the game just did spiral out of control from the first couple of minutes onwards, and yeah, Baghdaddy just never finding a footing in this game at all, never finding a way to just even have a grasp on the turnaround, as every single engagement went a draw or against them. They just couldn't find any way to make their good units work. Always getting punished for the lack of combined arms and not quite having the micro in the moments where they maybe could have made a difference, like the TDU situation here. And that just finishes it off here now. Rapira going down. TDU in the north. Tunguska not quite finding the kill there. Igla's going down, Rapira going down, Conqueror's going down. One BMP gets killed, but that is of little importance. TDU here will get hit by the Conquerors as well. T64s coming up in numbers. We have a seed plane, we have an Mi-24AT. One Su-27 on the other side versus a lot of cubes, multiple Su-27s on the other side. One Tunguska next to it. It actually trades surprisingly well here, but it still goes down to the cube and the MiG-27 and the Strelas here in the end. So yeah, Coop, I believe, is what find the kill there. S27 goes down, MiG-27K gets pushed back. But yeah, TADU here on the ground is eating it as well. None of the Su-27s on the other side got killed. T80BV starts to get into the engagement here as well. TADU just getting pushed back, heavily damaged. We have 3 of them now, but no support for them around, and a lot of the support also can't even be brought in anymore because you only have a limited number of those units in WARNO at 19th. So once you lose them, you can't replace them. So that means no Tunguskas, no Su-27s, no new BMP2s that you could bring in to replace the losses, and without that combined arms, the situation here is unsalvageable. 5 minutes, 55 seconds. LGB trying to come around, but we have seen the coup. Strella's around as well. T64 BVK is the target in the north here. Bomb does drop. Does find the kill. Strela did find the damage as well, though. Tunguska goes down to the seat, and the MiG-27 seat actually might even find the kill here with the gun run. Gets some gun run damage out, and gets the Su-24 killed off as well before it can get out. MiG-29's coming around as well. Tunguska and LGB bomber going down, and that's another unit that you can't replace. That takes away your combined arms. TADU here constantly being stunned now, as the enemy can just afford enough ATGMs to completely wall out the TADUs. And the Motostrelke here trying to push forward, and there we have the GG call. This is it. And we have a 1-1 situation in the end, as both players did win a game in dominant fashion based off of strong openers and devastating losses for the enemy side. This time around, it was the Mi-24s and the MiG-29s that set up this really great opener for Marx's conspiracy. And with that, we have a draw for these two players. So, situation for them similar to before the game. Both still have chances for the playoffs. Need to find the wins elsewhere. Yeah, could be worse. Draw is a decent point at least. Means that you have the chance of getting the points elsewhere and still making it easily into the playoffs. But yeah, they now have to step it up in the upcoming games. So yeah, with that said, guys, those were the first 2 games of the series. And here we will see how this all goes. No, the infantry dismounted. They just got killed on the ground there, Christopher Horst. They all got murdered by the rockets after dismount. They would have died anyway against the Mi-24K with its gun and its rockets. Like, unloading them didn't save them. And it was too late to move them back either. There was no AA for them to fall back to or anything. Like, little he could do at that point. After losing the Su-27. So, yeah, with that said, we will send you over elsewhere. Let's see where we can send you guys. Ooh, WARNO Wednesday over at Vulcan HD Gaming. So let's send you there. And see you all in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. And have a great day.